Well, I know I mentioned that we'd do one of the games before the Tranmere game and then finish on the Tranmere game today, but we've changed things around a little bit. We're going to open with that doozy of a tie against bottom of the league, Tranmere Rovers, and then we're going to go and play a little team. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're called Manchester United. I mean, who are they? Who are they? How are we doing, everybody, and welcome to part 3 of Club 3 here on My Career on FM23. I'm Stu. Thank you for watching today's video, where, as previously mentioned, it's bottom of the table, not Dartford. Where did Dartford come from? Bottom of the table, Tranmere Rovers we're going to be playing in the first game, followed by a game against little old Manchester United. Oh boy, I think I know how that one's going to go already. And if you are excited to see how those two games go, please do not forget to leave a like on the video for me and subscribe so you never miss any lovely Football Manager content from this face right here. Since you were last with us, it's going very, very well, I have to say. And I don't know whether it's tactics, I don't know whether it's transfers, I don't know whether this team was just not performing at its best. I think it's a combination of all of those things and other teams not having good seasons, because we have had a very good start. As you can see, currently third in the league. I can't imagine we'll stay there. We have got United today. I think they will probably knock us down a couple of places. I mean, to be fair, I don't even think they will. With our goal difference, I think we're not going to finish in the Champions League spots. That would be utterly absurd. But we are doing very well. It says down here, goals scored, second best in the league. Goals conceded, ninth best. It's our goal scoring that's doing it. Considering we don't have one nailed on starting striker, I think that's quite impressive. But we have done very, very well. If I quickly show you the schedule, we have had a couple of friendlies dotted around just to get some players up to full match speed. But since those first two games, we started continuing on where we left off. We beat Newcastle 3-0. That was a shock. Tottenham, a dramatic 3-3 draw, an 84th minute Pinamonti penalty, getting us the 1 point out of that game that we didn't think we were going to get. Very impressed with that. We then knocked out Middlesbrough in the EFL Cup, 2-0, Bournemouth and Dublin getting the goals. We did then lose our first game of the season against West Ham United. Then we had a friendly just to get some of the newer players and some of the players who hadn't played a bit of fitness. Liverpool then shellacked us by 5-2, which, to be fair, I was happy that we got a couple of goals. Pinamonti getting a couple of goals again. It has been a very good dynamic having Pinamonti and Gardner as the two strikers at the club. They both have done really well for us. I'll get on to one of them in a moment. But then a draw against Crystal Palace was a little disappointing, but still we didn't lose the game. We then got knocked out by Chelsea in the EFL Cup on penalties. That was heartbreaking. We equalised in the 77th. We then got bailed out by Ben Chilwell missing a penalty, but then Springett missed the final penalty that was taken. Absolutely gutted, but we did well. We did very well. We then beat Sheffield United 3-0. Only lost to Man City by the 1 goal, 2-1, Richarlison on the score sheet for us there. Not a bad performance, actually, overall. We then thumped Arsenal. Now, Arsenal are having a poor season. They have sacked their manager. My head, I was thinking, do I apply for it? I've not applied for it because that would be utterly ridiculous. But 4-1, they've got a very good squad, but we managed to best them. Darian Marles finally turning up properly. He did score a few before that, to be fair. But Veloso as well. By the way, signed Joe Veloso. We'll get on to signings in a minute. And Tommy Gardner on the score sheet as well. Beat Nottingham Forest, drew against Everton. And then we've had 2 wins here against Wolves and Leeds. They're the 2 games that I was thinking about showing you today. Then I noticed United was next. I thought, wow, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? So it's all been very, very good. Very, very good in the league, leaving us in 3rd place. Now, as I mentioned about transfers, we did finalise Joe Veloso on loan on deadline day, and I think it's an absolute stroke of genius. He's been really good for us. He has had an injury recently that he's just coming back from, so do bear that in mind when you see him today. But actually, he has started to really show up, and I would be very, very tempted to try and sign him again next season, which is a pain because it'll be more expensive, but it's fine. It is what it is. It's all good. A bunch of players have gone out on loan. I feel like most of them you know about. Oh, we did send Che Adams out on loan finally. He went to Brighton, so we got his wages mostly off the books. Chiquinho finally went on loan as well. And we also sent this guy, Jimmy J. Morgan, to Dartford. Because why not? How are Dartford getting on, actually? I haven't had a proper look. 14th. That's not gone well for them. That's not gone well for them. It's also not gone well for our old club, Tranmere Rovers, because if we go back and have a look at the Premier League table, yeah, They have now had a win, though. They didn't have a win the last time I checked, so that's something. Who was the win against? Tranmere. They didn't beat Arsenal, that's for sure. Tranmere. Where did Tranmere get their victory? I cannot see it. It's not on there. Not on there. Where did it happen? I want to know who lost to Tranmere. They only lost against Man City 1-0 as well. That's a good effort to them. They beat Brentford, who we've got after the United game, actually, so that could be quite interesting. So, one win there. The goals have not come easily for them, bless them. We have a quick look at their schedule just to see. The goals have not come well. I mean, they got 3 goals there. Ogwuru, one of their new players, striker. I mean, that's the only goal he scored for them. Ben Knight and Tommy Doyle scoring goals. Good to see Tommy Doyle still there. Murray Benjamin getting a 91st minute equaliser at Villa Park. That was the first point they got in the season, as you can see. And immediately followed that with a win. Someone called Sorba Thomas. I don't know who you are. You're 28. You got 6 caps for Wales. All right, fair play. Other than that, it's been miserable for them. It's not been miserable for us, though. Everything's been good. And actually, we do have a new international in the club. And his name is Sam Roberts. He's played 2 times for Wales. I mean, 17 years old. Played 2 times for Wales. He's going to be a little superstar. We need to keep a hold of him no matter what. And we need to try and make sure we develop him properly. But anyway, enough of that nonsense. We're to play some football, and that football is again against Tranmere. And this is the 11 we're going to be using for that game. It is Lunin in goal, Livramento, Bourneau, Barnes and Lewis in defence. Yes, I am playing Sam Barnes against his former club that he captains. Lavia and Marcus, I keep wanting to call him Marcus Alonso or Marcus Asensio. He's neither. He's Marcus Antonio, Stu. Behave yourself. Marcus Antonio partnering Lavia in the midfield with Marles, Murray and Richarlison supporting Pinamonti up front. Now, we have got a couple of injuries. Hickey is out for up to 3 weeks, but Tommy Gardner is out for a chunk. He's been out for a month already. Well, not a month. He's been out for a couple of weeks, I think, or something like that. He's out for up to 2 months, which is a real blow considering how well he was doing. So, yeah, not ideal. Speaking of which, though, Lewis Murray's done really well. Tyler Dibling's done well. Springett's played well for this season as well. I mean, they're probably the star man so far. If I had to pick someone, I don't actually know. They've all been really decent, actually, recently. There's been a few wobbles here and there. Marles has probably been one of the guys who's just been absolutely superb. And there's been a few disappointing ones in there. We'll talk about that as we go into the game. I don't know why I'm not going into it. Let's go into it, Stu. Let's play the football. Let's play the football game. But yeah, we've had some ups and downs, but it's ridiculous for us to be in the position in the league that we are. It's going to continue today unless we do something really dramatically bad. I don't think we will. I think we're going to be absolutely fine. But Tranmere are going to be desperate for points. We're less desperate because of the position that we're in, but I imagine we're probably going to smash them today. We are at Tranmere's home grounds, which I always forgot. It's the Tranmere Stadium, isn't it? Because we got built a new stadium while we were there. I'm pretty sure it's the Tranmere Stadium or the Tranmere ground or something like that. Either way, they're at home, and it's going to be a hostile atmosphere for us as a result of that. Murray just hoofing it into the stands, that brand new stand that we helped build. Not that I'm bitter. Why would I be bitter anyway? I've gone to St Mary's. I've gone to a bigger stadium. I've gone to a bigger club. No offence, Tranmere fans. Why would I be bitter? It's still 0-0. Absolutely outrageous. Unacceptable whatsoever. However, you can see the match stats. I mean, they've actually had a decent amount of possession. We liked to dominate possession with Tranmere, so it's nice to see that that way of playing has carried over. But we're not converting anything at the moment, and that's a bit of a worry. Livramento whipping it in. He's looking for the head of Richarlison, and it's just over. We are having all of the chances, but we are not converting them. We are going to work the ball into the box because quite clearly we cannot score at the moment. We're also going to tell Richarlison to shoot less often. Richarlison has at times been great, at times been utterly infuriating. A lot of it goes down to his wastefulness in front of goal. He is a messy pup. He does not like to put the ball in the back of the net sometimes. So let's tell him not to try, because if he doesn't try, he might just do. Tell it, do or do not, there is no try. Channeling my inner Yoda. Let's see whether that can do anything. We've been okay. We've just not really had that spark in front of goal. Sam Barnes having a decent game against his former club. I am going to make a couple of changes though, and I think the first one is Lavia's going to come off for Tapia, and I want to get Harold onto the pitch, but Antonio hasn't played that well, so we'll make a change in the middle. We'll bring the 2 Wonder Kids on, and I'm tempted by Bourneau coming off, but we'll leave him for now, and let's see whether that's going to be enough. We'll just motivate those 2, see what goes on. Imagine if we drop points against Tranmere. I keep wanting to call them Dartford. But imagine if we drop points against Tranmere. I'd be utterly heartbroken. I'd be utterly heartbroken because we really should not be doing that. Now, West Ham United are beating Liverpool at the moment. Liverpool having a terrible season as well. They're in 10th. As previously mentioned, Arsenal having a shocking season. I think it's Pioli who was their manager. I might be getting his name completely muddled in my head. Either way, he got sacked. So, and I'm pretty sure it was after the 4-1 drubbing that we gave them. And Thierry Smaller scored for Tranmere. It's ridiculous for us to be in the position in the league that we are. It's going to continue today, but I imagine we're probably going to smash them today. Well, that's unexpected. It's Richarlison, one of our best players on the pitch, giving the ball away, and Lunin's let it in at his near post. So just to clarify what's just happened there. Got 1-0 down against our former club, and they've scored through one of my current club's former players, who I sold. He's a left back. 1-0 Tranmere. Substitute a clock as well. We need to make a change because that ain't happening. We're no. I mean, Marles has not turned up at all today, so Springett's going to come on again. Tempted to bring Dibbling on as well. I mean, Richarlison's still having a good game, so we're going to move him out to the striker position. Dibbling will come on. Lewis Murray's had a decent game, so we'll keep him on the pitch. And I think we're going to have to take Bornell off. Bornell's not had a good game, so Unchu can come on. Try and marshal the back line a little bit more. And, well, we're going to demand more from the boys because we definitely need more, don't we? I can't lose against Tranmere. We left them for a reason. And, I mean, the league says everything. So if we do lose today, it's not the be-all and end-all. However, I mean, we used all our substitutions. I don't know why I've paused. Is there anything tactically I can do? Oh, I can't. Oh. Right. What can we do? What can we possibly... I can't lose against Tranmere. I cannot lose against Tranmere. No. No, come on, boys. Come on. We're better than this. Right, Springett. Trying to get Dibbling. Can't quite get there. The pass is blocked. And we've kind of messed up there. Barnes isn't going to get there. And all of a sudden, Tranmere have got a chance for another one. It's a really poor shot there, and Lunin smothers it. But we need to get the ball out. We need to get it moving quickly. The highlight ends. We are getting closer and closer towards the end of the game. And I think we're about to lose against Tranmere. Okay, fine. That's egg on my face, isn't it? I'm not going to lie, I kind of banked on this being the game we'd win in today's video. Saying we're not happy. Unacceptable. Furious. Wow. I don't really know what to say about that. We're helping Tranmere stay up. That's the narrative. Look, they're only 2 points behind Norwich. Played the game extra. They're only 2 points behind Norwich. The good news, though, is West Ham lost against Liverpool. They threw away a 2-1 lead. Nunez and Salah getting the goals to get Liverpool the win there. So, it's not all bad. Oh, we owe Tranmere one in the reverse fixture. To be sure, we're going to be showing that. Oh, my word. I'm livid. But also, I kind of do find it hilarious. I mean, Marcus Antonio reveals FM Fury. Yeah, he's annoyed because I keep forgetting his name. But he's also annoyed because I had to go at everyone. Right. You watch, we'll go and win against Man United now because that's just the way Football Manager works. Sure, whatever. See you in a bit. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm still not over that last game. But you know what? We're just going to pretend it didn't happen and we're just going to move on. Welcome to today's episode where we're going to be playing Manchester United and no one else. Manchester United, by the way, who have just been taken over by a certain Mr. Rooney. What a thing. He's gone from being the manager at Derby County to the manager at DC United, which I believe happened in real life, didn't it? And then apparently he's been there up until this year. He's taken on Manchester United. Taken over from Ruud van Nistelrooy. Make of that what you will. Something with United and strikers being their new managers. Absolute madness. But we are going to be playing now, and this is the 11 we are going to be using to hopefully get some form of a result. Again, beating Chelsea, beating Arsenal. We could do it. It's Lunin in goal, Livramento, Borno, Collins and Lewis in defence, Lavia and Marcos, Antonio in the midfield, with Springett, Murray and Richarlison supporting Pinamonti up front. We have relegated Marles to the bench after his woeful showing. Harolds doesn't get a start. Dibbling was in with a shout. In fact, do we start Dibbling? Because he actually did play quite well. Springett didn't. Do you know what? Last minute change. Last minute change. We're going to do that. Yes? Yes, we're going to do that. Let's see whether we can get some form of result in this game. Again, we are at home, so we do have home advantage. We have been very good at home. But we are playing a Manchester United side who have just got the new manager bounce. I mean, say that one. We'll try and ease the pressure on the boys and see whether that works. But we are playing a United side who have got the new manager bounce. They're not doing that well in the league, but quality in their squad when you see it. I mean, look at this. Utterly I mean, to be fair, it's random though. Hudson-Odoi in there, Fela Mendy. I mean, it's a bit random, and they're currently 14th. They're going to be looking for a result today. Whereas we don't really care at the moment because we're just nowhere near the relegation places that we were stuck near. I say we. I wasn't, but they were stuck near last season. So, I don't want to say that they want it more, but I think they need it more than we do. Hudson-Odoi's in. I've just slagged him off. Don't talk about players before you start a game. I'm really hoping that's offside. Being checked. It is offside. Oh boy. Yeah, Hudson-Odoi, great, love him, great. But don't have a bad thing to say about him. If he can now not do that properly, that would be fantastic. Right, United are on again here, and Yusufa Moukoko, who's joined United, he's not really been that much of a goal machine. You watch, he'll score a hat-trick today. It's a bit of a weird one, because you would expect him at... Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Let's not do that again, boys. Come on, come on. We don't look that shaky normally. Let's not. I mean, we are pinned in our own half here at the moment. United's quality. It's a bit of a random side, but they still have quality. I mean, again, Hudson-Odoi's still a good player. They've got Jadon Sancho, who they spent all summer trying to offload, and they are now playing him. Casemiro still in there. He's a bit old. Bruno Fernandes, I don't know how old he is. Borno manages to just keep it out. Heroic defending from the captain there. Gets it out to Richarlison, who does nothing with it. We are going to just encourage the boys because we've held on and we've had some chances. None of them have been on camera, but allegedly chances have been had. It would be quite nice, Football Manager, if you can show me one, if that's okay. We can steal the ball, go at the other end and have a shot. I don't even care if we score. Let me just see a shot. We nearly intercepted there, but Jadon Sancho is in, and Moukoko is offside. Doesn't count. It's Sancho who's offside. Doesn't end up happening. Right, we need to do something. They are getting in behind us all the time. I'm going to raise the lineup, but I'm going to drop off. We are trapping on the outside, and I'm going to invite crosses in so they don't cut inside. I mean, Moukoko, I don't think he's... I mean, would he be ideally suited for aerial battles? His heading is 9, he's 5'10". I think that is the right thing to do if we're going to change anything. Right, Marcus Antonio to Collins. We've got possession. Borno gets it out to Murray. Whoever's in that attacking midfield position is cursed because they always end up injured. Pinamonti's in. Pinamonti's in. He's chipped it over the keeper, and it's 1-0 Southampton. What did I tell you? Oh, God. We're going to lose against Tranmere and beat United, aren't we? We are. Yeah. Sure. Richarlison with a lovely pass, though. And Pinamonti just breaks through the back line perfectly. And, again... consistency. Pinamonti does have the odd bad game, but when he scores, when he scores was what I was about to say, and then I realised how ridiculous it sounds. Of course, that's how it works. 1-0. I don't really care about the logistics. Right, I'm going to take Murray off because I don't want him to get super injured. We're going to bring Veloso on, which, even if he doesn't have a good game, it'll be good for his fitness. It will get his fitness levels up. He's now the freshest attacking player on the pitch. Hopefully, he can do some magic. Moukoko's touch there was awful and ends up going straight through through him to Collins, and we now build again. Dibbling looking to get the ball forward. He's got it to Veloso, who's just come off the bench. And Joe Veloso, he tried to do exactly what Pinamonti did. He tried to lift it over the keeper, but he just left it a bit too late. Match sharpness taken into account there? Possibly. I would suggest it probably does. Right. United come again. Fernandez. Heavy touch. And all of a sudden, we've got United under the cosh a bit, but they come again. Sancho now chips it forward to Hudson-Odoi, who, remember, had that early goal disallowed. And since then, United have still looked good, but we've just started to creep back into the game. Collins intercepts Bruno Fernandez's pass, and we go again. Dibbling goes past his man. I tell you what, Dibbling's looking pretty special at the moment. For a young kid, he's looking really good. Dibbling now, still on the ball, goes back to Livramento. Livramento beats his man, whips it in, looking for Joe Veloso. But Casemiro is there to intercept the header, but Veloso's there again. And the goalkeeper makes a horrendous mistake. And all of a sudden, we lead by 2. We lose against bottom of the league. But at half-time, we're 2 up against Manchester United. Casemiro did really, really well there. Sancho heads it back into danger. And Veloso with a looping header. And it's awful from their goalkeeper. Absolutely atrocious. And at St. Mary's, at half-time, I'm assuming, we lead by 2-0. What utter madness is this? Especially after the Tranmere game, what utter madness is this? I'm gonna say keep it up. There's no one to tell off. Everyone's playing well. I am gonna ask for a little bit more from Marcus Antonio, but we're gonna go again. We're gonna go again. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'd normally demand more at this point. I'm not even gonna say anything. Let's let them just do the job. I think Antonio is going to be coming off soon now. Not had a good game at all. Right, Lewis. Heavy touch, loses it to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi now driving through the middle. Gets it to Moukoko. Moukoko, he's got options there in the form of Jadon Sancho, who just puts it so far wide. I'm fairly confident it's gone out to sea. And it is still 2-0. We are going to make that change. I think Marcus Antonio's game is done. It's been pretty decent for us recently, but Heralt is going to come on and get some football. Nathan Collins on a yellow card. We are going to give him a warning, but we're not going to bring him off. We're going to leave it at that for now. I do think that means that our final changes will have to be in one bulk. Right, we're going to tell you to calm down. Everyone else I think is fine. Just carry on, shall we? Man United have really come back in this half, though. That's worth pointing out. But we have not given up. We have not given up at all. We still maintain this 2-goal lead for now. Right, Heralt intercepts. It's a pass to no one, but Richarlison manages to make something of it. Lewis now goes back to Collins. Collins goes all the way to Bourneau. The captain. Going to try and drive forward, is he? Or is he going to go back to the goalkeeper? Goes to Heralt. Back to Bourneau. Simple passing here. I like it. Lavia looking for options. Goes to Collins. Collins looking to get forward. Goes out wide instead to Lewis. Lewis to Richarlison. Richarlison looking to make something happen. He looks for a ball forward to Pinamonti, but it's a waste. But Veloso, heavy touch from him. I think I've just seen Christian Eriksen, who's got to be 34 or something like that by now in this game. Surely he's got to be. Casemiro, he can drive them, and he has driven it, and it's a really, really nice goal. But we probably should have done better. We are going to encourage the boys because we played really, really well, and it would be a real shame if you throw it away now. Sending in low crosses, which is interesting. I might try and stop crosses in that case. Been inviting the crosses in, and it seems to have worked for us up until this point. Do the opposite now. Right, Veloso. Pinamonti, Dibbling. Dibbling has had a really, really decent game for us today. Over to Livramento. Livramento goes past his man, looking for Dibbling again. Dibbling's gone down, and the question is it in the box? Because he's definitely been fouled. But is it in the box? I think it's on the line, and if it's on the line, it's a penalty. Not a penalty. Wow. I'm a bit surprised at that, but we have got a free kick out of it. I think it's going to be Lavia to try and float it in. Looking for the header, Collins. Can't quite find him. I thought for a second the way it went that we got another penalty there. Well, we got another foul in and around the box. That would have been a penalty. Right, ball comes to our end. Livramento on the ball, but the highlight ends. And we have a Christian Eriksen free kick. He floats it in, and it's just wide. Right, Bourneau is coming off. He's had a really bad game. We're going to bring Soyuncu on. I think this has to be our final period of substitutions as well because of how many times we've stopped. So we're making changes. We've got to make them all now. Got to make them all now. Do we bring Lavia off? I don't really want to take Dibbling off. I mean, Richarlison's had a good game as well. The attacking three have made a really, really good impression on the game. I'm tempted to take off Lavia, you know. No. Sticking with it. I'll tell you what I am going to do, though. We are going to drop Lavia back. I'm tempted to drop her ult back as well, actually, just as a bit of extra cover. Her ult can go on support, Dibbling can go on attack. And we've got these two just helping the defence out a little bit. I feel like probably the wise thing to do at this point. They've gone to a 4-4-2 as well. So the extra manpower down there will help. We are closing in on a famous victory early on in our reign. It's a late highlight. We have the ball. Livramento. Lavia, Dibbling, Pinamonti, Veloso. What wonderful passing that was. Pinamonti. Oh, imagine if he'd have stuck that in. What a goal that would have been. Genuinely, what a goal that would have been. It's not, though. Right, 94 minutes. And we do it. We beat Manchester United. How do we beat United and not beat Tranmere? I'm proud of my boys at Tranmere that are still there. Don't get me wrong. But, how? How is that? Don't matter, Stu. You won the game. Don't dwell on it. That was an excellent win. We should be very proud. Borno had the worst game out on the pitch. Everyone else was a bloody hero in my eyes. Wow. Okay, so where are we in the table now? We maintain third position. We are level on points with Newcastle. We're only 3 points off the top of the league at the moment. Man City still have to play. Behave yourself. Stop it, Stu. And Forest actually could not beat Tranmere. Tranmere get another point. Tranmere on 8 points. Norwich did lose. Tranmere, I tell you what, they're picking up a bit of form here, Tranmere. They're picking up a bit of form. I mean, they're still going to get relegated. Let's be absolutely clear. But they're picking up a bit of form. Right. When will we be back? I think we'll come back at the end of the January transfer window. So we'll blitz through December, we'll blitz through January, and we'll come back in February around here. Leicester and Brentford, and we'll see what we've got. Or do we come back for the FA Cup? Might come back for the FA Cup, actually. I might have just talked myself out of that. I think we might come back for the FA Cup here, play these 2 games, and then we'll go through and then come back. Do you know what? We'll come back for the next Tranmere game after that as well. So we were sorting out 2 videos here. FA Cup and Man City, because why not? And then Tranmere and Wolves, because why not? I think that sounds like a plan. What could possibly go wrong? Why do I say these things? Oh well, but that's what's going to happen in the next video. But until then, thank you so much for watching today's video. Please remember to give it a like if you did enjoy it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. 100 subscribers now, so you don't miss any of the future content that is to come soon from Football Manager. I've been Stu, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you, white going past, in the next video. Cheers.